Yes guys, and welcome to another video, yet another video. I swear to God, Fabrizio Romano, it seems to be every 3 hours. It's just like, you know, Big Brother in the early days. I don't know whether many of you guys will be old enough to remember this, but when Davina McCall used to be the presenter and the host of Big Brother, and every time there was a new contestant going into the house, you'd go, do you want another one? Do you want another one?
Fancy another one? Do you want another one?
That's what it feels like, but Fabrizio Romano is doing it to Sunderland fans every few hours, it seems to be. So anyway, what am I talking about? This guy here, Habib Diarra. If you're not too sure about him, I wasn't entirely sure. I wasn't too familiar with him. I knew the name purely because I can remember in January, I believe he was on the brink of signing for Everton, which says something. I know that over the last couple of weeks, Leeds were working very, very hard in getting this one over the line, but it looks like Sunderland have swooped in with a 30-odd million bid. Basically, everything we got for Job is going into this lad. Now, who is he? So, Habib Diarra plays for Strasbourg. Of course, he's about to join Sunderland, it seems. He's a central midfielder. He's 21 years of age. He's still very young. However, for the last 3 seasons, he's been a regular starter for Strasbourg. He's been absolutely fantastic over there, as far as I'm aware. Had a very, very good season. With Strasbourg last season, they had a great season. I think they finished 7th or so. However, they were only like 3 points off 4th or 3rd, whatever it was. So they had a very, very good season by their standards. And he was a pivotal role in that, starting from central midfield. I think he got 4 or 5 goals and just as many assists as well. Now, I've had a look to see what kind of player he is. Now, he's not the sort of big brute that Job was. Job was obviously very big in sort of stature. However, one of the big things or sort of a negative I take away from Job, or I give to Job, although of course I'm a massive fan of the lad, was his mobility. In terms of sometimes he did look like he was kind of running in quicksand because of his size. He wasn't someone who's going to quickly turn on the ball and bomb forward. Of course, he'd try, but not like this lad, only from compilations I've seen. So this lad here, Habib Diarra, from what I've seen, he is very much someone who is incredibly confident, spinning on the ball, try to twist his man, obviously with his back to goal in midfield and drive forward, always looking to create something, is not afraid to shoot. He is an absolute workhorse. I've just seen, like I said, all I've seen is compilations, works his socks off, and that first and foremost is a selling point, particularly from Sunderland fans. We absolutely pride ourselves on hard work, and this guy just seems to be the epitome of hard work, proper workhorse, loves to get stuck in. He's not known necessarily for his defensive ability. However, I have seen a stat, I think he has, it's like the top 10 sort of recoveries. In terms of course, if an opposition is breaking and kind of nicks it off him, he's one of those kind of players. But also, he has like over 82 or 83%, if we like stats, 82, 83% passing accuracy, which is one of the highest over Europe as well. Something like that anyway. I could be going a bit off tangent there, but I'm pretty sure that is what I've seen. Now, what is the actual update itself? Rather than just sitting there gushing over the lad, because it is incredibly exciting. So yesterday, not too long after I made the video on our 6'6" potential goalkeeper yesterday, we did get a tweet from none other than Fabrizio Romano, of course. Now, the first one, I'll pop it up on screen for you, was as such. Fabrizio tweeted saying, exclusive, Sunderland agreed deal to sign Habib Diarra as new midfielder from RC Strasbourg. Here we go. Understand the agreement has been reached tonight between clubs for a €35.5 million package, add-ons included. Selling clause also included and medical tests booked. So I saw that. I can't talk, sorry, I'm excited again. Hit the like button for me. I'm very excited. So I saw that and I just thought, wow, we are really, really going for it. I feel like every other day we're kind of upping the ante, upping the calibre in player. And again, this lad is only 21 years of age. He's a Senegal international. He actually played against England not so long ago, and he did look very, very bright in that game. So if that's anything to go by, we could have a hell of a player in our hands, and if we get him on like a 4 or 5 year deal, the potential in this lad is massive. Of course, Job there isn't really a ceiling for Job. I know that he has a lot of potential, but as of right now, obviously they're very different players. But I am more than happy for Habib Diarra to be his replacement. Like I say, different players, but he's a very, very exciting prospect. And there's a reason why. Apparently, there were several clubs after him. Leeds are probably, I think, the only club that actually made a bid, but they didn't give anywhere or didn't offer anywhere near as much as what we have. And I'm going to break down the deal very shortly. It is almost the exact same deal that we got for Job, I believe. And then we've just spun it around and then put it to Strasbourg and have accepted it. Which it really is, yet again, a signal of intent. But yeah, he would be an absolutely incredible addition. And there has been one more tweet. Of course, the one that I just shown you then, the one that I just read out then and put on screen, another one did happen. So last night I was in bed, sleeping away, counting sheep. And I woke up about 3 o'clock in the morning, quickly glanced at my phone to see what time it was. And I thought, you know what, I'll have a browse on Twitter, see if there's anything. And lo and behold, there was. So Fabrizio then tweeted out in the early hours of the morning saying, more on Habib Diarra and Sunderland exclusive story overnight. Documents are being exchanged with Strasbourg. Initial fee worth €31.5 million plus €4 million add-ons. Medical already booked. Here we go. 100% confirmed. It comes from the man himself, so it looks like it's going to happen. Everything hopefully goes well with his medical. I am stupidly excited for this one. When Job went, I look at our midfield in the centre in particular, and we do look very, very light. And I think we were relatively light anyway in the centre. I know Lefay absolutely can play in the centre. I would prefer to see him as a sort of number 10 role, but I definitely think he can do a job in the middle. Of course, we've got Dhannoo, our captain, as well. Add someone like Diarra as well. They're all vastly different players, and that's what we need. Different players to suit different situations, and what a hell of a signing this would be. And I jokingly said on Twitter yesterday, and I'll say it again, if all of these rumours are to be believed, I am thoroughly convinced that Kirill has found the password to his mum's bank account, because the money that we're apparently throwing around, I mean, fortunately, it is exactly what we got in for Job. So technically, we haven't still spent anything and still got a very, very good player who has a hell of a lot of potential as well. So I am stupidly excited about this one. Almost as excited as the Gigantor that might be coming in goal for us later on. Hopefully, anyway, we shall see. One bit of news, just to throw on the end of this, it is just a quick update for you guys, as it usually is. Last night, we were also linked with Guendouzi. Matteo Guendouzi, I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. I remember him from his days at Arsenal several years ago. It was like 5 or 6 years ago now. And he had a good couple of seasons at Arsenal, and he did get like 30 plus appearances per those couple of seasons. So he was getting played, and I remember looking at him thinking he's going to be the next best thing, because he was just so comfortable on the ball, controlling the ball. His distribution was outstanding. He's now 26 now, so he has that experience, which I just think would be so perfect for our midfield. A touch of class about him. French international. He's currently playing for Lazio. He's an integral figure there, and that is a name that was thrown about yesterday from I think it was some French or some Italian newspapers. Whether that is to be believed, there isn't enough meat on the bone on that one for me to get too excited just yet. But like I said, and I said earlier, the names and the calibre of these names that are coming out now, they just seem to be getting higher and higher every day, and it's so exciting. And again, I'm going to say this every video, the signal of intent from Kirill and from Christian Speakman has to be applauded. We're not just getting sort of the best players from the Championship, which is what a lot of teams going up do. They just nitpick all the best and cherry pick all the best players from the Championship and hope it'll do well in the Premier League. We saw in Ipswich last season, it didn't work. I know some of their players that they brought in, they had a little bit of Premier League experience, but largely they were all players that maybe started off in the Premier League, then went down and dropped down the division to play in the Championship. You know, that's not a dig at them, but it looks like we are really setting our sights higher and going for it. And if we do end up going down, we can't say we didn't try. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I would honestly take, even with these exciting names, I would take 17th place in the Premier League. I'd snatch your hand for it. Absolutely snap your hand off for it, because that's what we want. We want to stay up, and then we can stabilise. And it looks like we're going for it, starting with this bloke here. Or maybe the Gigantor between the sticks. We don't know. But anyway, I'm going to leave you there, guys. If there is any more news over the weekend, I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm very busy over the weekend. It'll be sometime next week. I'll be back. But I hope you're enjoying these updates. And if you are, please hit the like button for me. Comment down below what you feel about the potential signing of Diarra here. And subscribe if you're new. A lot of new subscribers coming in at the moment, and I really, really appreciate it. So anyway, I'll leave you there. Take care. Have a brilliant weekend. I hope he does as well. I hope he has an excellent weekend and signs for the best club in the North East. Take care. Enjoy. How are you, lads? Keep the faith.